For 32 years, Forbes has produced the Forbes 400 list of America's richest people. This year's edition is our best ever, and this is a look at what's inside that issue. So here are the 5 things you absolutely must check out in this issue of the Forbes 400. First, we have a record year. America's richest have never been richer. We have new records in terms of total wealth. We have new records in terms of the minimum amount it takes to get on the Forbes 400. You need more than $1.3 billion in net worth. Just to be a member of the Forbes 400, you can be a billionaire and not even come close to being on the Forbes 400 list. That's a relatively new phenomenon. And we have tremendous strength at the top of the list, led by Bill Gates, who at some point, if he doesn't give it away fast enough, which he's working on, will be our first $100 billion billionaire. We have Warren Buffett, who's had a very good year, well north of $50 billion, thanks to railroads. We have Larry Ellison, the Koch brothers. So we have tremendous wealth at the top, we have tremendous wealth all the way at the bottom, and some real surprise stories all the way across the list. Number 2, we have Warren Buffett, who gives us an exclusive look along with some of the other great names, a few other great family names. We have Warren and Peter Buffett. We have Liesl Pritzker, one of the members of the Pritzker family. We have Martha Carlson Nelson, kind of the leader now of the Carlson family. So we have 3 of America's great dynasties talking about what it takes to raise a child in tremendous wealth who then is not spoiled, and more than not spoiled, is somebody who's positioned to kind of make the world a better place. So this is an amazing roundtable with some amazing people that gives real insight, not just for the super wealthy, but I think for all of us on how to raise a well-grounded child, even if you're raised in the luckiest circumstances possible. Third, we have a profile on somebody you don't get to see very often. She's fairly press shy. Alice Walton is one of America's wealthiest women and one of the richest people in America. And she opens up to Claire O'Connor about what her passions are. She's building a huge museum in Arkansas, but this is a window into a woman, a complicated woman with a tremendous fortune, and what she's been doing it's something you haven't seen anywhere else. Number 4, we've got a profile on Sam Zell. Now here's a billionaire who has been in the news recently. He had a tremendous debacle when he bought the Tribune Company, but he's on the rise, and he shares why he did that deal and how he's made so much money. I mean, the irony is that everyone focused on the failure of the Tribune Company. He wasn't really trying to get into newspapers. Sam Zell talks about how really the Tribune Company was just the latest in a series of investments, real estate and otherwise, that have to do with taxes. When you boil it down, Sam Zell doesn't buy assets, he buys tax benefits. And it's a story I've never seen about somebody who's one of the more interesting and colorful people on our list, and we finally get underneath what makes Sam Zell tick. Number 5, in terms of the stories you really need to read in this issue, we have a story on Stuart Rahr, who is maybe the most colorful person in the Forbes 400. This is somebody who signs all his letters and emails the king of fun. He made several $billion dollars, in a previous life as a business person and an entrepreneur. But it's how he's spending that money now, and the questionable way he's spending it, and kind of what's happened to him. I mean, this is somebody who has one of the great fortunes in America, but is spending it in a way that's bizarre. And so we had Steve Bertoni and Caleb Melby spend a lot of time with him at the clubs, with the girls, in the Hamptons, and what reveals is a very surprising, in some ways sad and pathetic portrait of what happens when you have too much money and not enough grounding. It's an honest portrayal of $1 billion plus, where money doesn't always buy happiness. There's a ton of other stuff in this issue. Again, we have full bios of all 400 people. We've got, for the first time, we're ranking the Forbes 400 by whether they're self-made, inherited, or some combination. We've got the full backstories on all 400 people. We've got a photo portfolio of newcomers, and we have several more profiles of very interesting people who scored on this year's list. So this is the Bible of capitalism. This Shows you who has it, how they got it. There are 400 lessons in this issue, and it's on newsstands, on the iPad, all fall long. So check it out.